everybody, welcome to CFC Fan TV. Me and Charlie are back.
Reunited. So.
Hasn't it been a long time?
Been far too long, isn't it?
But I've got a tan. Charlie's actually got a pretty good tan, can you see that?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Very, very lovely.
Golden.
Yes, anyway, we're back, guys, so sorry you haven't seen us in a while, but seriously, all the transfer news is going to be flooding through now.
Yeah.
We're all back in England and ready to discuss all the latest gossip. So should we get straight into it?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, right. Number one, and first and foremost that we have to talk about, because that came
You've been very excited about this.
Yeah, I've been very excited about this. Sergio Aguero. The rumour is Chelsea have a strong interest in him. Now, as much as before you go on,
come on,
as much as I think this would be the signing of, you know, life, not life, but really close, right up there.
Okay.
It's a little bit unbelievable.
Yeah, that's because it's not true. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
No. I'll tell you, one thing you said is very true, is that Chelsea have a very strong interest in him.
Oh.
But only so far, in that he's probably been the Premier League's best striker over the last 5-6 years. So obviously they're going to be interested. Man City, the word coming out of Man City today is that will absolutely not be selling Sergio Aguero to Chelsea. Aguero will be staying in Manchester. Chelsea actually inquired about Aguero a couple of weeks back when it looked like the Lukaku thing was going tits up.
South.
They've been told no, basically. Chelsea still retain that interest. The scenario that you might kind of come up with is that Alexis Sanchez, desperate to leave Arsenal, wants to play in the Champions League. Manchester City and Chelsea, by the way, but he won't be going to Chelsea as it stands. Manchester City want Alexis Sanchez. Guardiola's never been the biggest Aguero fan. We kind of know that. We know that he's not the first name on the team sheet, as bizarre as that sounds. So you can, and obviously Chelsea are absolutely desperate for a striker.
Desperate, so desperate.
So you can kind of see why it would work for all parties, except for the fact I think Manchester City are acutely aware of the reaction that they would get saying, you know, someone who is an absolute City legend.
I honestly don't.
Chelsea.
I mean, if they are going to ever sell him, I mean, they're probably under quite a lot of pressure to win the league next season because he's the best manager in the world, whatever. Well, apparently.
Yeah,
obviously not anymore, not since Antonio. But they're going to be under quite a lot of pressure to win the league, and selling their best striker to one of their main rivals who also won the league last season doesn't really sound like the most logical decision.
I think as soon as the story came out, I think this is where it hits a snag. Everything you just said is completely true for once. And sorry.
Yeah.
And no.
Nothing's changed here, has it?
No. In all seriousness, I think that's why you won't see this happen.
Okay, good. Right, so that's cleared up, and I'm sorry I don't have better news for you. I'm just as gutted as you lot will be about that.
I'd love to see him at Chelsea. I saw a lot of people on Twitter today saying he's past it. It's absolute nonsense.
Oh no, I never would have went that far.
I mean, he's obviously past his absolute best, I think, and he's had certain problems with knee injuries, and I'd be a bit worried if he was the only striker that Chelsea had. But I mean, if the opportunity presented it, I'd snap him up. I think he's an amazing player.
Well, yeah, I think he's right up Antonio Street, isn't he?
Very much so.
Definitely. Okay, then on to the next, other strikers. Now, Charlie, please tell me. I mean, it seems like every single season. I mean, yeah, when we got Costa, that was brilliant, but he's not turned out to be the absolute dream, has he? Because he's subject to be moving. He's a dream on the pitch, but we never.
At the minute he's on the booze. Well, probably not on the booze. No, he's partying in Legato, which is where he's from in Brazil.
Cool.
Partying in Atletico Madrid shirts, no less, and he's desperate to go there. And Chelsea, Conte at least, is desperate not to have him involved.
But I like the fact that Conte is. I just think he's just come in and he's been like, right, if you're not 100% what I want, then.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he likes attitude, doesn't he? He likes your attitude to be on point, and I don't think Costa has that. But you're going to get that with big players, no?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this won't happen, but I want Costa to stay at Chelsea. I think the sums you're talking about for the different other players. I mean, what people forget in all this is what a good player Costa is.
No, he's a
fantastic player. But it's almost talks about like he's this massive problem and we need to get rid of him and we've got to sign X, Y, and Z.
I don't think he's a massive problem. I just think the nonsense has gone on for long enough.
He's not a Chelsea player as it stands.
It's gone on too far now, and if we're not going to win the league based on the players we had last season. So we really need to have some strong players.
Yeah.
And going on to what we're going to talk about now.
Of course. Yeah.
Every single season, every single summer, we sign, a good defender, brilliant midfielders. We're just they're just flying in. But the one strength thing we always needed is a striker, a consistent striker.
Yeah, well, Chelsea will be signing one. They're not going to be rushed into signing. I'd like them to rush into signing one of them, to be honest. I think we need two.
Yeah, we do need to. Because we end up strengthening every other part of our field, and then it gets to the striker, and they're like, okay, we'll just get him and him. And none of them really ever make an impact.
You've got Batshuayi,
of course, but they're not favoured.
No, exactly. So the choices as it stands, you've got Morata. Now,
you guys love him from the comments we've seen.
Everything we're hearing is that is Chelsea's main target. They're finding business with Real Madrid very, very hard to do.
Right.
Real Madrid won 80 million for him. And let's face it, this is a 24-year-old who's not fired 20 goals a season for 5 years. He's not 100% proven that he can do it week in and week out at the top level.
So they're being a bit sneaky.
And also he's not a traditional target man by any sense of the word. He's kind of, his game is a bit more nuanced than that. It's a bit deeper than that. So there's certain problems with that one. The one that's reared its head in the past week or so is Aubameyang from Dortmund. I know a lot of people have been excited about that. He's been offered to Chelsea by the agents for about 60 million quid.
Okay, cool.
He's a bit older than the other targets. He's 28, which is the same age as Costa. He'd be about 60 million. Dortmund are trying to rush Chelsea into a deal. AC Milan after Aubameyang.
But even if we're signing him when he's 28 years old, we all know Romer's not really a fan of the older players. Again, he's not going to be a long term.
Well, I think 28 is. I mean, I'm 27, so I'd like to think 28 wasn't that old.
Bit old, Charles, but whatever.
Catching up in it.
Yeah, I'm a bit younger actually. Okay, no, so it's all rumours, but nothing's really happening.
The other one's Belotti from Torino, who's a big favourite of Conte's, but he's going to be expensive as well. And
so basically, everyone's expensive. Nothing's happened, and we're back to the same situation.
Chelsea are not going to be rushed into a deal to sign one of these players. They're going to bide their time. I mean,
it's going to be a deadline day thing, isn't it? Or close to.
Close to, I'd say. Yeah.
All right then. Okay, on to the next. Am I going to say this right? Danilo.
You were close to the first time. Danilo. It's one of your friends, isn't it?
Danilo.
Yeah, look, I mean...
he's from Real Madrid and he plays right wing back.
Yeah, I mean, this deal seems pretty good in terms of where it is. Again, you come back to dealing with Real Madrid, which is difficult. Not least because they're interested in Chelsea's two best players, which is Courtois and Hazard.
Yeah.
So that kind of is a problem, but they're very willing to get rid of Danilo basically because he doesn't get in the team ahead of Carvajal. He was very, very good for Porto, and then Real Madrid bought him. He's hit a bit of a slump. It's only going to cost Chelsea about 21 million. Sounds ridiculous, you're saying only, but in this market, I mean, I think I'm worth about 15. Do you know what I mean? So, you seem
cool. Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, for me, it's certainly a position that needs strengthening. I think we need options on both sides, and I certainly think, while he did a good job last season and he was fantastic for a little spell in October, I feel like he was one of the weaker players coming into the end of the season, and I think Victor Moses would be one that I would look to upgrade in the first team, and I think that would help that scenario.
See, I quite like Victor Moses, but it's not Charlie's opinion.
I like it. But
but you like others more. Okay, and last but not least, players leaving. Now there's been a lot of them, hasn't there? Any new ones? Anyone you're sad to let go of?
I'm sad to see more go. I was really angry Chalobah went.
That's insane, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I was really upset with that.
He's one of those players that came on and actually made.
He played well every single time. Yeah. Every single time he came on. I think Chelsea wanted him to stay, and we didn't give him enough game time basically. But anyway, that's done and dusted. We know that. Nemanja Matic is certainly on his way out of Chelsea. The question is to where. Now, it seemed like him going to Man United was a done deal. Now that Man United severely hacked Chelsea off by swooping in for Lukaku, I don't think
It's not gone down too well.
Yeah, it's not gone down too well.
It's turned a bit sour.
So we won't be looking to help them out anytime soon. And Juventus are now the favourites for him, but he'll certainly be off. I mean, it's quite clear to see that Aguero is going to be first choice. So.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think when Matic came in, when Jose brought him in, it was one of those. He was just that sort of dream signing at the time. He played well instantly as he came in, and we were like, wow, who's this player? And ever since then, it's sort of gone from bad to worse. I suppose not in terms of he's been terrible in every performance, but people have always favoured Fabregas, haven't they, or somebody else playing that midfield?
Yeah, I mean, he performed an important role. I think, you can't. I mean, same with Moses. You can't slag anyone off who played the vast majority of games last season.
Totally.
But some games I thought he was absolutely fantastic. But I think if you're gonna evolve the team, I think he would be a one where you'd look to say, right, we might need someone a little bit more dynamic. So I think that's
just consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're looking for now. We don't want you to be good for 6 months of the season and drop off, basically. Is that true, Charles?
That's true.
Well, exactly. Listen, everyone, comment below. Let us know what you think. Are you sad that
what striker do you want?
Yeah, what striker do you want? That would be great. Are you sad the Aguero thing is not all it's being made out to be at the moment? I mean, if that deal goes through, I think we'll be having a major party.
Can I come?
Okay. Yeah, comment below, let us know, and we'll see you all later on in the week for the fans Q&A. Go on, you Blues.
That's good. You usually mess that up.
Thank you.